Okay. Okay, disconnect the chat client. Connect it. While I turn my fan on, I'm gonna see if that works. Okay, no, it's not working, so I'm gonna log out and log back in. There we go, that's all I had to do. Okay, so let me test YouTube chat 1. We can make it through this. Let's stick together and make it through there. Okay, that works, that works. That works. Okay, all 3 chats work. So we about to get into this talk. Let me turn this fan on though. Alrighty. So, for the first thing, the only thing we're really gonna talk about today is the Mario movie. And as for other like news and stuff like that, I'll talk about that at a later time. But where's the fucking wait. What happened to this article? Cancel. Open both. What the fuck? Was that the one I had? I believe it was. I'm not sure though. Let me see if they have another Mario movie article up from today. It was this. This is what I had up there earlier. Okay. So, you may hear from some people. Well, actually, how do I want to start this for when I clip it for TikTok? While I adjust my camera and adjust where I'm standing, so I'm standing in the right place. The Super Mario Galaxy movie came out recently, and some people are saying this is straight up fucking awful, and some people are saying that it's amazing. I'm gonna tell you who you should listen to, but it's probably not what you expected. You know, you gotta leave that little bit of mystery in there so that they, you bring them in, you make them want to watch. Like, oh, what he talking about? What he mean you're not gonna expect? I expect him to say XYZ. It keeps them in. I'm giving you the stress. I'm giving you the stress. I'm teaching y'all. So, what our overall, like, I'm gonna give my overall thoughts about the movie. Then I'm gonna read through their reviews, and if I have anything interesting, I'm gonna throw it in from there. But the short version is, I think this movie is watching if you're a fan of anything wait, hold up. Gotta adjust some shit on my screen. Well, no, that's not what I was asking for. Nope. We can make it through this. Alright. The short version on if you should or shouldn't watch this movie, I would say if you're a fan of any major Mario franchise, so anything, if you're a fan of anything Nintendo or Mario related, then yeah, you should give this a try. If you like Super Mario Sunshine, Tennis Aces, Wario Land 3, any of those games, if you enjoyed those, this movie's for you. And spoiler, Star Fox is also in the movie, so there's a couple references to that. And yes, obviously there's a couple Smash Bros references here and there. If I spoiled the movie, oh well, nigga. This is a review. You clicked on this video, you stayed on it. Skill issue, nigga. I don't have my fucking soundboard on the right input. Hold up. Let me put it on the right. I haven't remembered how to fucking fix it. No. Well, just go to home from here. Nope. That's not the right one. Sound settings, I think it is. Okay, yep, it's here. And volume device preferences. Just hit reset on everybody. Why the fuck is that playing? So does it work now? Alright. We're working now. We're working now. We're good. Alright, now back to this conversation and what I was talking about. My main things I want to say about this movie, just to reiterate what I said again, I think if you're a fan of any Mario game, from Sunshine to Ennis Taste, Ennis, what the fuck is Ennis? I think this movie is for people who are Mario fans. So if you're a fan of Super Mario on the NES, to Mario Tennis Aces, the Mario Kart, Wario Land, Princess Peach's Playtime, any of that, this movie is for you. And also, if you're a fan of Nintendo adjacent, if you're a fan of Nintendo properties in general, including Star Fox, where it shows up in a movie, oh well, it's a spoiler. We're surprised. Oh my god, Star Fox shows up in a movie. Whatever. Star Fox is also makes a cameo, small little cameo in this movie, and there's a lot of Smash Bros references in here, which I'm pretty sure y'all expect. So if you like anything Mario related, go watch this motherfucking movie. Oh, what's good, Flair? What's good, Flair? I see you. Another thing I also want to say about this movie is I want y'all to think back. If y'all don't remember, don't worry, that's why I'm here to remember for you. But a big thing, also, if you in here and you like the content, hit the like button, support a brother. All you need to do is hit that like button. It's free. But what was I about to say? Oh, that's what I was about to say. If you enjoy video game movies, like good video game movies, this is for you, because I don't know if y'all remember, but I do. Like I was saying, I'm here to remember that for y'all. I don't need to glaze myself again. I don't need to be autoerotic in this bitch. But if y'all don't remember, I do. When the first Mario movie came out, all the critic reviews said, oh my god, this movie's trash, it's ass, this movie doesn't stand on its own, it's a bad, shitty, sloppy kid movie, blah, 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 blah. But when people who are actually video game fans watched the movie, they said, wow, this movie's a fucking amazing. What was these niggas talking about? Like, every time you hear the points that they was making, all I did was go, because I didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. They said the movie was sad, it was shitty, the plot was weak, and it didn't stand on its own. But when I watched the movie, as somebody who's a fan of Mario and a fan of video games in general, I really, really enjoyed the movie. And I'm happy to say that with this movie, that's the same. Now, in order to build trust with my audience, I'm gonna tell y'all, this movie has a lot of great, amazing, good things going for it. But on the other hand, it has a couple downsides. One thing I will say is, because I seen a couple headlines that said it, so I was hyper aware of it. The pacing of the movie is weird, because the way they write this movie, no, not the pacing, excuse me. The writing of this movie is a bit weird, because they write this movie like they fully expected you to have watched the first movie, which when you make a sequel, I would hope that when I make a direct sequel, that the people who are watching this movie watch the first movie. Fucking shocker. But in the second movie, they don't give you much real context towards the first movie, but it's a fucking Mario movie. The plot is not intricate. You don't need to know what happened 1,000 years before this movie, or even a month. They give you enough basic bare bone details for you to follow along with the plot that they're giving. Another good thing about this movie is the music and the references are on point. But just like I give you the bad, just like I give you the good, I gotta give you the bad, alright? I think I kind of gave you the bad, but another thing I want to add to the good and the bad thing is that I feel like there was a lot of people who said that there were too many references to other things in this movie, and that this movie is just cameo slop. Hold on, because I really need... My phone just ring? What the hell? Did I butt dial somebody?
Wash your whole body.
Oh. Yeah, I agree with dude's message. Wash your whole body. But I think I have a hot take. I watched the first one, but it didn't give me the same impact since I was never a big Mario fan, but I was a casual fan. I feel like if you're that's something I want to add to real quick. I'm glad that you said that. I feel like if you're a casual Mario fan, or if you're a casual fan of games and gaming, you may not enjoy the references and the atmosphere as much, but I still think it's a fun watch that stands on its own for you to still have something enjoyable to see. But again, back to what I was about to say. Now, this may be a hot take, but I've seen a lot of reviews. Well, let me restate that. This may be a hot take because I've seen a lot of headlines for the reviews saying that this movie is just cameo slop and all they do is just every 5 seconds a couple more references at you. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I think this movie didn't have enough references. Wait, that was the wrong button. Now I gotta re-say the shit all over again. Wait, hold up. I had to restart the music. God damn it, I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. Because I moved a lot of stuff on my soundboard around, so everything, all of my buttons is in places that I'm not used to. Because I optimized the layout and deleted some stuff I didn't use, but... Now, this might be a hot take, but a lot of the headlines I seen for reviews of this movie said that this movie is cameo slop, and they rely way too heavily on the fact that they could reference a lot of different Mario games, and it was like they was speed running how many references we could drop. But I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. That's right. If you think you hearing me and you think you thinking what I'm thinking, you right about them thoughts that you got in your head that you thinking. I think there weren't enough cameos in this movie. I'm gonna say that again. I think there weren't enough cameos in this movie. I think they could have referenced more things. I think they could have added more obscure references. I would have loved to see them do crossovers with more franchise. Why stop at just Star Fox? Why not do a crossover with, what's the name of that racing game? Oh, why not do a crossover with F-Zero? Why not have Ness from Earthbound 3? Oops, I mean another 3 because it's never been localized. Do a crossover. Like, you get what I'm saying? I feel like they could have did more, but I feel like they didn't want to convolute the story where it was actual cameo slop and people were just popping in every 5 seconds for no fucking reason. But yeah, those are my like overall thoughts, and I want to read through this article and see if they can inspire any other unique thoughts or points or anything like that about the movie that I didn't realize. And I wanted to go through a review from a gaming publication, then go through a review from a non-gaming publication that's more of like movie reviewers and whatnot, to try and get a little bit of a spectrum on the opinions that I'm looking at, because I don't want to just look at one type of opinion and just say this is how everybody feels. I want to give you the opinion from a gaming publication and then an opinion from a non-gaming publication, because I feel like everything is good with balance and, you know, in the middle, happy medium type beat. Where does this sound? They think oh wait, I don't have to spam this music anymore. Oh wait, no I do. Where does they think it sounds? The Super Mario movie has the same basic problems as Love Story. Hulu's glad I don't give a fuck, nigga. For most of the running time, there's actually very little at stake. To say there's nothing at stake is kind of disingenuous, but I'll give you this. In the movie, I feel like they didn't build up the stakes enough. I'll give people some credit. I feel like the writing of this movie assumes that you watch the first movie a little bit too much, but again, this is a fucking sequel to a billion or a multi-million-dollar movie. Nigga, you watch the first movie. There's no, I feel like there's very few people watching this movie that didn't watch the first movie, in all honesty. But in terms of objectively writing a good movie, you're never supposed to assume that. Sure, one is more likely to have a clever joke about sadistic Mario Maker levels, but the other is more likely to drop in roles by portrait. Why are you talking about some shit that's not gaming based and related media? It's not fair to try and draw comparisons between something that doesn't have to operate in the lane of being authentic and faithful to a video game to a story that just has to be a story, and all it has to do is be a good show versus a movie that has to have good references to the movie and the show. And that's why I say I like getting a variety of opinions on different things that I look at, because some people aren't experts in the field, but their opinion in certain aspects matters just as much as people who don't know shit. Let me elaborate a little bit on that though. Casual fans of anything are the part of the fan base that bring in the most money, and then there's some people who are hardcore fans that bring in the sustainability. You do need to find a happy medium in catering to both, but sometimes you need to put your foot down and say shut the fuck up to one side or the other. And like, it's not to go further on why it's never good to get your opinions from one source or one kind of source. You're basically just absorbing that one source's thoughts and just trying to make their thought pattern your own. And that's never really a good thing, because you don't just want to be a little drone, a little robot walking in line, conform bot, whatever opinion you say is right. You never want to do that, because then you become a thoughtless zombie that's easily influenced. And being easily influenced isn't great, because sometimes people can take that influence and abuse it. Look at the whole manosphere red pill thing. They preyed on the fact that the Corbin Blue 19 disease was making so many more people stay inside and be isolated from their friends and stuff and be lonely, and they took advantage of that. And now they got you niggas thinking women shouldn't be able to vote. Now they got you thinking that just because somebody was born with a penis and they want to wear a dress now, that they're less of a human and that they should go to a concentration camp. Now they got you out here thinking that you should have sex with children because they're more fertile and easily influenced. Nah, that's not the case. But you shouldn't let yourself get easily influenced, because some influences are good. Like, for example, if you end up getting influenced by somebody to engage in a new exercise routine that's more helpful for your body physique, or for you to try out a new experience that you would love. But like I said, on the other end, you could be one of these motherfuckers running around here, I'm the prize, I'm the prize, I'm the table, I'm the table. Next thing you know, shorty tell you, okay, buy me something. You look at your bank account and you see that shit got -$0. I don't even know how a nigga got -$0, but your ass got it. Y'all better pay attention. Message. Anyway, back to this review. This is the second big screen outing for this animated Chris Pratt voiced Mario. By the way, Childish Gambino versus Yoshi. Let's give it up for that nigga. He did a good job. If I didn't know Childish Gambino, that's one thing I want to add too. I find it funny that Childish Gambino voiced Yoshi, because if I didn't know that beforehand, I wouldn't have been able to tell. But if you watch that movie knowing that, it becomes 10 times funnier realizing that them deep ass Yoshis is because it's the same motherfucker who made Because the Internet. Did that one save? Yeah, it saved. Okay. I haven't been checking to make sure they've been saving so far. Let me move my shit out the way so I can. Let's see if I can get into this plot. Let's see if I can get this plot to fill into a whole sentence. Rosalina, who I do feel like Rosalina being captured was kind of fucking wild, because they show her as this super powerful badass and she still gets put in a basket by a dumbass turtle kid and a stupid ass clown car. Like, that shit was kind of stupid, but I feel like it moves the plot forward. And because it's supposed to be a goofy kid movie, you have to make some leaps in logic to move the plot forward. Rosalina has been, and everyone else has to try and rescue her. Okay, another sentence. To do that, they're going to need to explore the galaxy. That could have been in the same sentence, but whatever, nigga. What if this amounts to... What this amounts to is a lot of quite vivid scenes, many of which are brisk and enjoyable. There's that gag about Mario Maker for starters, and there's a fight and a kind of gravity-muddled space casino. That shit was visually kind of cool when they copied Astrobot with that casino scene. Because remember, Nintendo believes that if you do anything that even another person vaguely did, that you're a fucking copycat. Which we gonna talk about that tomorrow, how Nintendo got their patent fucking flipped and fucked over. We fucking on that Nintendo pack tonight, but let's keep going. There's that gag about Mario Maker for starters, and there's a fight in a kind of gravity-muddled space casino. Yoshi turns up and swallows a lot of things. Pause, nigga. And even gets to explore Manhattan for an afternoon. There's a T-Rex and then there's a baby T-Rex. There's a nice scene with robotic operating buddy and a legit wonderful cameo. That nigga was a good part of the plot of the portion of the later portion of the movie. So I wouldn't quite that as a cameo. He becomes a full-blown character in the movie. Rob, yeah, that was a cameo. He's in a movie for like a minute. Fucking Star Fox, that nigga is a part of the main plot in the movie at the end. I'm trying to do this without having too many crazy spoilers. But he becomes a major part of the plot towards the end. Beyond that, there are literally thousands of I don't know about thousands, but like I said, I feel like this movie didn't have enough Easter eggs. And when I say Easter eggs, I don't mean that this movie lacked Easter eggs. I feel like they could have put way more upfront Easter eggs in this movie and gave me way more references and still made the movie sound nice and balanced. But beyond that, there are literally, whether it's a sight gag about a beloved old peripheral, not the Power Glove, but I'm sure that's in the background somewhere if you look for it, or the music from Mario 1-2 being referenced whenever the heroes head underground. Speaking of soundtracks, the movie is in love with the Gusty Garden theme, which is one of the series' best. Speaking of the series' best, I would go listen to that on stream, but you know, bitch nigga Nintendo. We're gonna talk about them tomorrow. Which is one of the series' best. Speaking of I could go on listing clever bits like this forever. Yeah, I feel like the music in this movie was really clever because I feel like they found a lot of ways to sneak in different themes of different songs and stuff like that, but still make it sound cool to where if you wasn't locked in and you didn't know all these songs, compositions from back to front to where you can hear one note and be like, oh, that's such and such song, then you'd be fucking cooked. But one thing, and I feel I mean this, Chris Pratt's Mario places a bit of a killjoy right at the center of the movie. It's not that the performance is flat, but the dialogue is awful. Nah, I feel like the dialogue in this movie was one of the stronger parts of it. I think Mario's performance is a symptom of a bigger problem. The movie has a basic setup. Nigga, it's a Mario movie. What the fuck you want? A morally gray story about Mario having to realize the morality of what he's doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like this is another thing I feel like why I say it's good to look at a gaming publication and also have to have your own thoughts. While I do have some problems with the writing, my problem with the writing isn't that the setup is basic. I feel like, number one, if you boil down anything, you can make anything sound basic. But let's run with it's a basic setup for conversation's sake. Why is that a standout thing? Are you trying to imply that basic film setups are bad? No, I feel like basic film setups are great because that makes it easy to explain the movie to somebody. And I feel like the best movies of all time are very easy to explain the main plot of, but still worth watching. For example, what is Sinners? It's a movie about vampires that tells a story about racism. I just told you the whole plot of the movie Sinners in less than a sentence. Well, actually no. I told you the whole plot of Sinners in a sentence. Is the movie still worth watching? Yes! Nigga, that was the best movie of the year 2025. They won a bunch of awards for a reason. Niggas is revering Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler heavily after this for a reason. Niggas is not talking hot when they was saying Sinners was the best movie of the year and possibly a contender for best movie of the decade. When it came out last year in 2025, niggas wasn't just saying that just to say that. But at its core, it's a movie about vampires that talks about racism. I explained the whole movie in a sentence and it's still fucking fantastic. The Mario movie, I feel like, is no different. It's a fantastic movie with a very, very simple explanation. And that's fine. That's okay. You don't need to have a 10,000 word essay every time you describe a movie. You could describe a movie in a sentence and still make a fucking banger. This means gimmicks and speed are a perfect combination for platform games, not least because you can go back and replay waves. The way you're hyping it up, I feel that I should go watch it. Yes, bro, watch Sinners. Watch Sinners. Watch Sinners. Watch Sinners. If you're a fan of me, watch Sinners. If you're watching this at VOD after I finish streaming and you haven't watched Sinners, pause the VOD, go watch Sinners now, nigga. But I mean you in the live stream. Make sure you hit the like button before you pause and go watch Sinners. If you in the live, just stay here, vibe with me, and then afterwards, go watch Sinners. Like I said, last year when they was calling that movie great, they was not glazing. They was telling you facts. But back to what I was saying. But in a film, all these things rushing past incessantly can stun you into an elevated kind of boredom. Nothing is a proper movie moment in the Super Mario Galaxy movie because absolutely everything is a moment. Again, I feel like there was nothing wrong with the pacing of this movie. But alright, peace out. Don't run no trip, big bro. In a film, all these things rushing past incessantly can stun you into an elevated kind of boredom. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out too, by the way. Nothing is a proper movie in the moment, moment in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Again, I've already dispelled that. Everything is beautifully designed and conceived and choreographed, but it's here and then it's gone and it didn't really have any consequence anyway. Yes, it did. I will say I agree that I feel like the stakes that they set up in the movie weren't as strong as the first movie, because in the first movie they established that Bowser is really good at fucking planning, but his plans fall apart in the end, not in the execution. But because he's so whacked the fuck out and just obsessed with something, at the end, tail end, he gets sloppy because his dedication wanes as he gets closer to the goal. Versus in the second movie, I feel like the second movie had a really good premise, but the way that they expressed that premise in relation to Rosalina wasn't really that strong, because they showed us that Rosalina has crazy magic and that she's the princess of an intergalactic kingdom because she's really fucking like that. She's her own badass that can stand on her own 2 feet and she's super powerful. And the nigga in a clown car pull up, he goes skirt 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 skirt. He kidnapped one of her kids and all of a sudden she's just falling over the place and she doesn't know how to control her magic. Like, I didn't like the way that they wrote that, but again, leaps in logic for the sake of the plot, so I'm okay with it. It's not that big a fucking deal, but I would be a liar to say I didn't think about it. They appreciate that they are 40-year-old 7 men reviewing this film aimed at 5-year-olds. That's another thing I want to say. I feel like this shit isn't aimed at 5-year-olds. It's designed for general audiences. And, alright, the Mario movie isn't made for kids specifically. It's made for general audiences. And a lot of movie reviewers and film critics seem to conflate and confuse the two and let them blend together. So I'm going to give you the simple breakdown. General audiences means this is meant to be watched in a family setting with the parents, the teenagers, and the little bitty jitteries. A film made just for kids is some shit like Ni Hao Kailan, where it's doing stuff like teaching you the basics of English. It's a Coco Melon type show where it's engineered and designed to get little kids to stop drooling on the iPad and lock the fuck in. That's a kid's film. A general audience's film is designed for the family. Those movies tend to have more simplistic plots, but their plots aren't always as straightforward as good guy win, bad guy lose. In the Mario movie, I would feel like arguably nobody really lost. Like, yeah, towards the end, of course, Bowser and Bowser Jr. aren't just walking around free people, but I don't really feel like they lost because their goal was to be with each other, and Bowser was clearly okay being locked up. So now that he's with his son and his son is with him, that's all they give a fuck about. So I don't really feel like they lost, but that's another conversation for there, not here. There was a Space Savers ad that ran before the film that took 45 seconds to explore the world. What the fuck are you doing? To explore the world from a short-sighted, for the perspective of, damn, this sentence is whooping my ass, bro. There was a Space Savers ad that ran before the film and took 45. I don't feel like reading this sentence. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? And that sentence is whooping my ass anyway. I will remember it forever. On my deathbed, I'll probably be thinking, Core, Space Savers hit a home run that... What the fuck are you talking about? To put it a different way, when my daughter was younger, we watched a lot of animated movies, and it was fascinating to see how the ones she returned to actually had a bit of substance to go with them. That's fair. She wasn't a young media studies lecturer, but even so, the one... Yeah, but she's around you, and you're obviously some type of media studies lecturer. She wasn't a young media studies lecturer, but even so, the ones we rewatched until the disc burned up were all about something. The Mario movies are about nostalgia. Fine, but whose nostalgia? And anyway, that's not really enough. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of people are just calling this movie reference slop, and I don't agree with that. Like I said, I feel like they could have referenced more, and the way they referenced a lot of Mario stuff in the first movie, I feel like they cut back pretty heavily in the way that they reference things because they were scared to be too obvious and get called reference slop. But that shows you, whenever you want to be creative because niggas are gonna complain anyway. Message. Anyways, I am not being entirely honest. The weird thing is there's almost an interesting movie in here, or rather there are parts of a movie. Okay, I'll give you that. It's not as great as the first movie, but let the motherfucker stand on its own two legs. It's a Bowser movie, but it's not a Mario movie. It's a... What? Let me read that again. The Super Mario Galaxy movie was not a Mario movie. It's a Bowser movie. Bowser and Bowser Jr. have an intriguing dynamic for much of the film. You talking about the dynamic they only showed for like the last 15 fucking minutes of the film? Them niggas didn't speak to each other that much. That nigga linked up with his kid and undid all the progress he made in between those moments he got locked up and that moment in the second movie. What the fuck are you talking about? I feel like their dynamic was the weakest because this nigga randomly just started dick riding, wanting to be with his son. Like, nigga, you was going, I'm a terrible dad the whole time, and now all of a sudden you see your son for 5 seconds, you and that nigga's best of friends. Like, y'all fuck with each other like that? Like, y'all spend some time apart? There's no awkwardness? Like, nah, bro. That was the weakest written dynamic in the movie. And that's one of the relationship between them, I feel like, is the weakest written in the movie, because I think they did a pretty good job of showing the relationship between the Lumas and Rosalina, and they've already shown the relationship between Peach and Mario. They did a good job of reinforcing it in this movie, as well as showing how they create a bond with Yoshi, because I feel like Yoshi gets the right amount of close where it's not like they act like they've been chilling with Yoshi since they've been babies, even though technically they have. You know what I mean when I say since they have been babies and stuff like that. Like, Yoshi is a cool companion that they grow to like more and more over the movie as he helps them out through their travels and saves them from death-defying things. The father, with the son trying to complete a villainous plan that the father might have outgrown. That's another thing too. I feel like they undid Bowser's growth in this movie for the sake of having a villain, when the Mario franchise has so many villains you could choose from. You don't just have to keep beating the anger BBC over making it Bowser again. You could have went with Donkey Kong or something like that. Like, not saying you have to go with him, but I'm saying you have a lot of iconic options for Mario villains. To just pick Bowser again, like for general audiences, that's cool, but for making a good stand-up movie, I don't know. The best sequence in the film belongs to them. And it's also one of the simplest. A father tells his son a thrilling, nasty bedtime story, and in doing so falls under its spell again. But this isn't a Bowser movie, just as it really isn't a Mario movie, or a Luigi movie, or a Rosalina movie, or any of that jazz. It's almost like in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, they discovered the galaxy of Super Mario, and that's what the movie was about. Not just focusing on the character Mario, but the world or the galaxy of Mario. Mind-blowing revelation. But that's why I always say you gotta watch and absorb stuff for yourself, cause what the fuck is this take? You don't think the Mario movie that had Mario as the main character was a Mario movie? I feel like they gave him more than enough scenes where he was the star of the scene, the star of the show, and the plot revolved around him and what he was doing mostly. So like what is we like when Rosalina needed somebody to help her, she didn't call the Lumas, she called Mario. Well, actually she didn't call Mario. When Rosalina was reading them kids bedtime stories, she had a book full of bedtime stories, and who they said, they tapped on the shoulder, they said mama, mama, which by the way, I looked it up, those voice actors are actually children. They tapped on the shoulder, pulled their shirt, they said mama, 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 we want to hear the Mario story. And it shows you how legendary Mario has become across his entire galaxy. So to say that this movie doesn't focus on Mario when everybody in the galaxy is barking about this nigga, that's crazy. It's a shame. After they left the cinema, they looked through the cast list and mates is dazzling. The people and talent in this film. Yeah, this film does have a talented voice cast. None of them really had a chance to sign. I disagree. Besides maybe Childish Gambino, because the whole fucking movie, he was just Yoshi. They could have gave him some voice lines. We'll skim through this second review, because this review seems like it's way more nasty and negative. This lazy junk will probably make $1 billion. And this article, like, I just want to talk about this real quick. The Super Mario Galaxy movie review. This lazy junk will probably make like $1 billion fucking dollars, but I don't know why, because this movie is just some trash reference slop. Is the headline on the article for the Super Mario Galaxy removed? Is the headline on the article for the Super Mario Galaxy movie review done by The Wrap, and it's a perfect example of why I think you should go to gaming publications for gaming related stuff, and just in general, you should go to the experts of a field about things in that field. Let me put it like this. Getting a movie review about the Mario movie from somebody who's just a movie reviewer is like going to an optometrist, which for you dumbass niggas in the chat, that's an eye doctor, and asking him, hey doc, can you check if I got testicular cancer? That's not the doctor you go to for that. You go to a way different doctor to find out if you got titty cancer versus if you want to get your eyeballs checked out, nigga. But let's read on further in this review, and I'll see if I got anything interesting that I want to come through. And like I say, because I read the other dude's review, I'm gonna skim through this more. It brings to the mind the words of Scott Fitzgerald, who wrote, "The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function." I'm gonna let him cook. I invite you to consider that the Super Mario Galaxy movie has a lot of things going for it. It is very pretty, I agree. It is very respectful of the characters and their universe, and it will almost certainly make another $1 billion. All of these things are, I believe, quite true. But none of these things prevent it from also being terrible. Wait, I pressed the wrong fucking button. I'm gonna reread that. I invite you to consider that the Super Mario Galaxy movie has a lot of things going for it. It is very pretty, respectful of the characters and the universe, blah blah blah, and it will almost certainly make another $1 billion. All of these things are true, I believe, quite true. But none of these things prevent it from being terrible. Because I'm the Dr. Umar of gaming, I gotta repeat that one more time. This nigga said he invites you to consider that the Super Mario Galaxy movie has a lot of things going for it, but none of those things prevent it from also being terrible. How you give a nigga a compliment that's really an insult? That's what you call a backhanded compliment, because you list several very good, very strong things about the movie and then you call it terrible. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm like Raleigh from the Boondocks and niggas done changed the definitions of words while I wasn't looking. But if something is terrible, that means it doesn't have good merits. If I eat a terrible sandwich, the bologna wasn't good and the rest of the sandwich was ass. If I eat a terrible sandwich, that means the bologna fucking stunk. It smelled like somebody grandma put it in their ass after having a prune juice special. The lettuce was dry and it felt like I was chewing on straight paper. Not the good crunchy time. I'm talking about paper out the printer and you biting it, getting paper cuts on the sides of your mouth and all that. The tomatoes were straight bricks. No juice in them bitches. It's like licking a pizza from Little Caesars. That's a terrible sandwich. The bread was moldy. The service was terrible. They didn't even wrap it up in that napkin. They just handed you to the shit like, here, damn, take this fuck ass sandwich. That's a terrible sandwich. A good sandwich is you eat it and that sandwich is busting. Everything is immaculate. A mid sandwich is a sandwich where you eat it, the bologna is okay, the lettuce okay, the tomatoes, them bitches was juicy. The bread was kind of cool. It tastes better. Would it taste better toasted? But it's an overall okay sandwich. And why I'm really bringing this up is because I want to bring up the nuance of words. Because I feel like there's a lot of people who lose nuance in the way that they speak. And they pretty much just go trash, not trash. And that's not great for every situation. There will be some situations where some things are great. There will be situations where some things are trash. But there will be some situations where you have to explain the nuance in some things, because one man's trash is another man's treasure. I'm dropping flex bombs, nigga. Message. But let's keep going further. But yeah, before I get off that, nuance is a real thing. Now, I'm not saying that there's never situations where you should remove nuance. Because if your best friend say, I want to touch some kid, like, yeah, there's no nuance in that situation. There's no, well, technically, if you think about it, no, nigga, there's no nuance. Fuck that, nigga. But in a situation like, is this movie great? I feel like you should add a lot of nuance into that. In a situation where somebody says, I think that orange potato in office is a good person and he's doing good things, there's no nuance in that. You're objectively wrong, nigga. Shut the fuck up. The nigga that said no new wars started a war. Message. But let's not talk about that orange potato that could barely breathe and got varicose veins falling out of his fucking hand. The Super Mario Galaxy movie, just like the movie before it, adopted from a series of Nintendo video games, old and new. I lost my place. Like many feature-length advertisements disguising themselves as movies. I feel like with statements like that, you write the movie off and say just because it references its source material and it's not a film nerd movie that the movie can't have merit. You can reference different properties and things like that. You could reference different properties and things for a movie and still be a good movie just because, despite the fact that you're reference heavy. So like I said, I don't like the dismissive attitude that this reviewer has. And this is why I say, in the other article, I didn't agree with the nigga too well, but I will say he had a couple valid points here and there. This one, they pretty much just went, man, fuck this dumbass cartoon video game movie. Fuck you walking to the theater for a video game movie for if you ain't want to see a video game movie. That's like going to a movie with 2 gay characters in it, knowing damn well you homophobic, you don't like gay people? Fuck you walk into the theater for? That's like going to see a movie about black people knowing damn well you don't like any black people. That's like going to see a movie about sandwiches knowing damn well you don't like sandwiches. Like, it just don't make sense. Yes, this movie is very pretty, but we don't need pretty. That's where I disagree, and what makes me further say I don't think this nigga is a fan of video games, for one, and animated content, for two. Again, I don't know this dude, so I could be wrong, but judging by these statements, if you know anything about animation, if you know anything about comics, if you know anything about any art-based medium in terms of visual drawn arts or animated or whatnot, you know that the most important part of any film for drawing people in is the animated part. Because there's a lot of shows with a plot that's spectacular, stupendous, but visually the show's fucking ugly, so nobody watched it. People are very superficial, so it's why I've always been a big believer of the idea, like, yeah, you could be pretty, but you still gotta have substance to go along with that pretty. Because at the end of the day, if you draw somebody in, you're not gonna be able to keep them in if you're ugly and boring. You gotta pick one struggle, and really niggas is looking for somebody that fulfills both. Come on now. Message. So, we already have pretty. Shut the fuck up. We can access the world of Super Mario whenever we want through games, cartoons, and action figures. So your problem with the movie is that I can go play the Mario video game? Let me read that again. Yes, this movie is very pretty, but we don't need pretty. We already have pretty. We can access the world of Super Mario whenever we want through games, cartoons, and action figures. The Super Mario Galaxy movie has the word movie in the title, and that's where it wets the bed. This nigga said this movie is shitty. This video game movie that's paying homage to the games is shitty because it pays homage to the games. That's like saying, man, this bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll is shitty because it got bacon on it. This beef patty, it don't taste too good because I'm a vegan and I don't like the taste of the beef. This cookie, I don't like it because I'm diabetic and this cookie feel like it's finna spike my blood sugar. My nigga, when you go to a video game movie, you're going to a movie that's adapting something from one medium to another, so of course they're gonna pay homage to the original. What the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like, this is why I say, when you want to hear about stuff, go to the experts. Don't ask random nigga number 9 standing on the side of the street. Hey, random nigga number 9, what's gonna be the weather tomorrow? I know you over 40. Does your knee hurts when it's about to rain, right? Is it gonna rain today? No, nigga, you go to a meteorologist, right? Same thing. You watch somebody like me who understands the film industry, good, objectively good animation shows and all of that, and video games, so I can tell you something from an unbiased opinion that's in the middle, that's informed. This nigga seems like he has an uninformed opinion in his review. That's why he's steady saying dumb shit like, oh, the Mario movie isn't a good movie because we can go play the Mario game. Like, nigga, what? The movie isn't faithful, it's terrified. What? Any deviation from the established norm, any iota of imagination. This nigga wants a Mario movie where Mario goes and kills Princess Peach or some shit. Like, you want something daring, edgy, different. You want this shit to be a musical or some weird random shit. Nigga, shut the fuck up. It doesn't really have a plot. It has a setup and it just keeps going. There was a very clear plot. If you didn't like the plot, just say that. But saying that this movie has a Crimson Desert plot is not accurate. It has a setup and just keeps going. Suffice it to say that at the end of the movie, the world was saved and the villains, Bowser, was shrunk down and imprisoned. An indeterminate amount of time has passed, and now Bowser Jr. has to come to rescue his dad. Blah blah blah. That's describing the plot. Princess Peach runs off to save Rosalina. Mario are supposed to stay behind and take care of the Mushy Kingdom. Mario and Luigi also team up with Bow. Even Fix McCloud, who basically just plays Han Solo, is tame. He can't be cocky. He can't compete for Peach's infect. What? Why do you want Star Fox to try and fuck Peach in the Mario movie? This is what I'm saying. What the fuck are these takes? What? You want this nigga wanted the Mario movie to turn on, and he wanted Star Fox to run up on Peach, grab her by the asses when Mario come through. He grab her by the ass and say, yeah, I'm fucking this now. Yeah, I put a baby in her stomach. And start rubbing her stomach, and she said, stop. Oh my God. You know last night when I pegged you, you're really the one that got pregnant. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? This is an off the rails ass take where it feels like you're saying a whole bunch of nothing in an effort to try and say something. What the fuck are you talking about? Why do you want Peach to eat Star Fox's ass in the movie, or for Star Fox to try and eat Peach's pussy from the back in the R-Wing? Like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? He, like all the other heroes, is objectively perfect and has nothing to do except move from one scene to another looking cool and referencing various video games. Nigga, he whatever. Then, of course, there's Yoshi, who, yes, by the way, was played by Donald Glover, who was teased at the end of the previous movie. You might think he'd have something to do or add something to the ensemble dynamic, but you would be wildly overestimating this. I don't know what the fuck you expected Yoshi to do, but ALR, bro, ALR. He even meets a larger dinosaur and has no reaction. Yeah, because he was in a tree doing something else. What the fuck are you talking about? The screenplay is so lacking in substance and purpose. You stated the purpose earlier in the review was they had to go to space and save Rosalina from Bowser Jr. and you just said this movie has no purpose. Also, by the way, they also stole the Princess Peach castle out the kingdom while she wasn't there. What do you mean they had no purpose? They had two purposes in this movie, actually. To go get the castle and to go get the castle back, and to go get Rosalina. So what are you talking about? Bowser, who had an ulterior motive, a separate purpose, was to go reconnect with his son and go be an evil bad guy again. So everybody in this movie basically had their own purpose, because if you think about it, Luigi's purpose wasn't necessarily to save Peach. His purpose was to be around his brother and be under his brother's arm. So how you gonna say this sandwich shops don't got no sandwiches, holding a sandwich in your hand with wrapping paper that got that sandwich shop's logo on it? Like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? I'm about to close out this article, I swear upon my honor. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is for children. Nobody thinks otherwise. I already talked about that. So if anyone was already typing, what did you expect, Citizen Kane? Then I can stop you right there. Children can enjoy slop. I should know. I grew up on Drek like the Care Bear. Alright, this nigga just called the Care Bears movie slop. I already wasn't rocking with your opinion, but I'm at the point where I don't even want to hear you out. If you're calling the Care Bears slop because it's a kids movie, go back and rewatch that Care Bears movie. That movie was fucking great. That movie was amazing. I've watched that movie as a kid and as an adult with the ability to remove my nostalgia. There's a lot of good ass lessons in that movie and a lot of cool stuff in that movie. We're out of there. Now we gonna boot up Marvel Rivals, man, because those are some room temperature ass takes, bro. This nigga just sat there and called the movie trash for a whole article because a video game movie has something to do with video games. Like, this nigga's just saying shit at this point, bro. I really don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Alright, so for those of you new here, I'm gonna do a map tour of Rivals and I may play Relooted. It depends on how I feel after I do this map tour and figure out what type of map this is. Like, nah, cause that was frying my brain. Bro got mad that the Mario movie had too much Mario in it. Like, I don't like my video game movies that have video games in them. What, bro? Excuse me. Read that already. Boom, 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 and another invisible woman skin. Oh my God! Here we go. All right. Let these shaders load while I look around the menu type shit. Do I have too much shit open in the background? Cause this shit going hella slow, bruh. Oh, you know what? I do have Chrome and Opera GX open at the same time. So yeah, we gonna shorten our shit on this stream. Chat with Kingpin deep in the vault in Lower Manhattan. As Jeff used one emote in front of the Jeff statue. I'm not gonna play a game while I'm on stream right now of Rivals. I'm gonna just go in a custom game and make a what you call it? Make a custom game and then try out the room, and then I'll do the part where I try out the stage.
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man.
I don't care about it. Join access, invitation only, lock room. Enter password, doesn't matter because ain't nobody getting it. Spectator access, yeah, spectator access is open to everybody. No wait, why am I doing that? What type of map is it? Museum, Hellfire. Oh wait, it's Convergence, that's right. Oh, so I could just freely run around the map as long as I don't take points. Alright. Let's do this. Preloading shaders. Shaders are preloading. We recommend waiting until global shaders are preloaded. Entering before that may cause rendering errors, performance stutters, network lag, or even game crashes. Alright. I'll wait. Let's watch. You know what? Because I feel like there's not gonna be a better time to watch this. I had in my notes saved a couple character trailer TikToks that I wanted to look at. I think it might just be that one. Yeah, so while the shaders are loading, let's watch the Combo Devils preview.
Ready? Fight! Combo Devils, a recently kickstarted platform fighter from developer Punkzilla, has one of the best elevator pitches of any fighting game I've played in a hot minute. What if we took the core of Smash Brothers, fused it with the
Hold up. No title screen? No screen where you show off the Combo Devils logo or nothing like that? Alright, hold up. Let me go to the video manually. How long ago was it? 8 days. Control F. MBO. Devil. Okay, yeah, it hasn't loaded back that far. Flashback review. Review's about to be so ass. Combo Devil. Alright. What the fuck are they called? Whatever. F. I might just put a logo over the screen, but Combo Devils got an IGN preview, and we about to see if this game is about to be the next platform fighter to take over my life, or a
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
Out of 10 ass game. Do I have to reload the page? Yeah. YouTube's having this weird glitch recently where whenever I load into a page for a video, like I have to wait for the video to pop up and then reload it afterwards. Like that shit is weird.
Combo Devils, a recently kickstarted platform fighter from developer Punkzilla, has one of the best elevator pitches of any fighting game I've played in a hot minute. What if we took the core of Smash Brothers, fused it with the mechanics and sensibilities of a traditional modern
Actually,
fighter,
wait.
and then
I think this is because it's a fighting game. I want to see this in
topped it
regular
all
speed
off
in
with the
context.
roguelite single-player mode. As someone who grew up dumping hundreds of hours into the various iterations of Smash Brothers all throughout middle school, high school, and college, spends most of his nights grinding ranked in a variety of 2D fighting games, and ranked several roguelikes among his favorite games of all time, Combo Devils seems like a game laser-targeted specifically for my tastes. And sure enough, after spending some time learning in the lab, messing around with the single-player, and battling it out online, Combo Devils has grabbed me in a way that no other platform fighter since Smash Brothers has been able to do.
Okay, why?
Right out of the gate, let me preface this all by saying that while the core gameplay of Combo Devils feels great, this is still a game that feels early in development. There are currently only 4 playable characters of a planned 9. If the grayed out character slots in the character select screen are anything to go off of, there's a big caution work in progress warning next to the
That's fair. At least they're informing people that it's a work in progress and they're not telling you it's a fully finished game while releasing it being unfinished. Like fucking, I forgot what's the name of that shit. Fuck that game.
roguelite mode in the main menu, and the training mode is missing a lot of basic functionality that you would expect a training mode to have. So while the game clearly needs more time to cook, what's here shows a ton of promise. The core of the fighting system is very Smash Bros-esque. Each character has light attacks, strong attacks, and special moves of the up, down,
Ooh, that dive kick was nasty.
forward,
That was a terrible down
neutral
special
right.
example.
The first interesting twist on the formula is that your shield is directional and must be pointed in the direction of the enemy's attack. So, if the enemy jumps in, you need to tilt your shield upwards. If they move behind you, you must move your shield to block your backside. So, you can do cool things like jumping in on an opponent that you're expecting is going to block their front, air dash through, and surprise them with a cross-up on their backside. Another traditional fighting game staple that has been infused to mesh with the platform fighter mold includes a Gatling style of combo logic.
Let me talk about that for a second. I'm gonna let him speak and then I'm say it.
Tilt your shield upwards. First interesting twist on the formula is that your shield is directional and must be pointed in the direction of the enemy's attack. So, if the enemy jumps in, you need to tilt your shield upwards. If they move behind you, you must move your shield to block your backside. So
I like that mechanic, but I feel like I would have to get my hands on it to really test it. But the first thing I will say is I like how this game is really trying to prioritize skilled gameplay by making simple changes like not making block universal, but instead making it switchable during blocking. So if somebody jumps over your head, you can move it over your head while they're jumping, which like he said is gonna lead to a lot of fake outs. But I want to see how interesting that can make it, because I never thought about how uninteresting shield play is when you can just press the shield button and block from all sides versus when you actually have to aim and angle your shield. Because for those of y'all who don't know, angling your shield is a mechanic in traditional Smash. It's just nobody uses it because it's not really necessary.
you can do cool things like jumping in on an opponent that you're expecting is going to block their front, air dash through, and surprise them with a cross-up on their backside. Another traditional fighting game staple that has been infused to mesh with the platform fighter mold includes a Gatling style of combo logic. So if you're just picking up a character and you don't know what the unique aspects of their kit are, you can generally rely on neutral lights comboing into directional lights, which can then combo into heavy attacks or special moves as a kind of universal
I like a universal basic combo system. That makes it so that playing a game is way less strenuous when you have to figure out everybody who has these 100 million quintillion move sets where you won't even use 90% of the fucking moves in the move set.
Butter combo for every character. What's even more cool is that once you get your foe in the air, you also get one free air dash cancel, which lets you cancel the recovery of an aerial move and dash in a direction to continue the combo and potentially tag on just a bit more damage to try and secure a kill. It's a fighting system that feels very well thought out and leads to some really flashy and fun to execute combos. On top of that, there's also a super mirror to manage, just like what you'd find in most 2D fighters. You can spend one bar of the meter on EX special moves, which enhance your specials in a variety of ways, whether that's by simply increasing their knockback and damage, making them faster, or adding new properties to them altogether. If you manage to build up 3 bars, you can execute super moves with traditional fighting game motion inputs to cap off your—
Wait, did he say this shit got motion inputs, or am I bugging?
By simply increasing their knockback and damage, making them faster, or adding new properties to them altogether.
Okay.
If you manage to build
let me
one bar,
play it back for the TikTok.
Super mirror to some really flashy and fun to execute combos. On top of that, there's also a super mirror to manage, just like what you'd find in most 2D fighters. You can spend one bar of the meter on EX special moves, which enhance your specials in a variety of ways, whether that's by simply increasing their knockback and damage, making them faster, or adding new properties to them altogether. If you manage to build up 3 bars, you can execute super moves with traditional fighting game motion inputs to cap off your combos with some extra flair and
it's just
KO
a combo
power.
thing. Oh, that look like the game screen in Smash.
As far as the characters go, there's a great variety of playstyles in the 4 available characters, and perhaps best of all, none of them really feel derivative of any existing fighter in the platform fighter space. My personal favorite is Shy. He's a gamer delivery boy who fights with a skateboard, power glove, and Beyblade top. He can even do a Gears of War style active reload for his neutral special to load it faster. Another standout is Jingo, a ninja dog with blistering fast speed, excellent projectiles, and a super cool special move that allows him to plant a butterfly on his opponents, which he can then teleport to immediately to continue or even start a combo. As for the roguelite mode, while I can appreciate Punkzilla taking a swing at non-conventional single-player mode, this felt like a miss, at least at this stage of its development.
Roguelites are hot now,
fun
so
because
I'm not
every run
surprised
feels
he's trying to play
distinct,
it in.
forcing you to adapt to whatever the game throws at you, oftentimes forcing you to make the best out of a bad situation, or not squander a good run when luck is in your favor. But here, every run feels exactly the same. You choose a character and fight through several rooms of generic enemies that just kind of wander around, flash white, and then do some sort of attack that you must either block. One bar of the meter on EX special moves, which enhance your specials in a variety of ways, whether that's by simply increasing their knockback and damage, making them faster, or adding new properties to them altogether. If you manage to build up 3 bars, you can execute super moves with traditional fighting game motion inputs to cap off your combos with some extra flair and KO power. As far as the characters go, there's a great variety of playstyles in the 4 available characters, and perhaps best of all, none of them really feel derivative of any existing fighter in the platform fighter space. My personal favorite is Shy. He's a gamer delivery boy who fights with a skateboard, power glove, and Beyblade top. He can even do a Gears of War style active reload for his neutral special to load it faster. Another standout is Jingo, a ninja dog with blistering fast speed, excellent projectiles, and a super cool special move that allows him to plant a butterfly on his opponents, which he can then teleport to immediately to continue or even start a combo. As for the roguelite mode, while I can appreciate Punkzilla taking a swing at non-conventional single-player mode, this felt like a miss, at least at this stage of its development. Roguelites are fun because every run feels distinct, forcing you to adapt to whatever the game throws at you, oftentimes forcing you to make the best out of a bad situation, or not squander a good run when luck is in your favor.
Alright, I'm back.
But here, every run feels exactly the
I
same.
just realized I muted the wrong
You choose a
microphone.
character
I'm
and
fucking stupid.
For the roguelite mode, while I can appreciate Punkzilla taking a swing at non-conventional single-player mode, this felt like a miss.
I'm not gonna lie, Subspace Emissary was cool, but it was cool for 2006. We don't need to remake that. I think we should take this idea back to the drawing board from what it sounds like and just redo the idea, because roguelike and fighting games don't necessarily go together, and I get you're trying to bank on leaning more heavily on the platform part of it, but That don't sound like it's it, and it don't look like the execution is shaping up to be right. I think you're gonna have to come harder than this. Pause.
At least at this stage of its development, roguelites are fun because every run feels distinct, forcing you to adapt to whatever the game throws at you, oftentimes forcing you to make the best out of a bad situation, or not squander a good run when luck is in your favor. But here, every run feels exactly the same. You choose a character and fight through several rooms of generic enemies that just kind of wander around, flash white, and then do some sort of attack that you must either block or just get out of the way of.
That's another thing. When it comes to roguelikes, enemy variety is the most important thing about roguelikes. Because no matter what power-ups you have, the strategies for what way you take down the mobs you encounter will not change. The only thing changes is their spawn rate and the run number. With roguelikes, the enemies are important. So for him to be reporting that your enemies feel samey, you need to switch that up. Add a bigger variety of enemies that are able to do more different, diverse things.
Over the course of the mode, you'll gain power-ups, increase your stats, and fight bosses, but nothing ever happened that really changed up my approach to each room or made it more fun to play. There's obviously that aforementioned work-in-progress warning for the roguelike piece of this, so
Fair.
it's certainly possible for Punkzilla to turn it around. Nevertheless, it's not the selling point of Combo Devils. That would be the online play. Unfortunately, the online experience thus far has been excellent. Its rollback netcode has held up extremely well throughout my playtime.
Now I'm gonna clap it up because at least he's able to report that in the beta, the online works well. But we'll have to see what happens when it gets out into the field if there's a player base for this game, a dedicated player base. Because I remember playing Invincible Versus in the beta and that shit was laggy as a motherfucker. So I don't put it past no company to drop something that's very laggy, but what I will say is we'll see when the full game comes out, but it's good to hear that so far. I'll give you your flowers at the time they need to be given.
Even making things like Shy's active reload, which demands pinpoint precision timing, virtually identical to the experience of playing offline. All in all, Combo Devils is shaping up to be an excellent fusion of platform and 2D fighting.
What the fuck was that?
All in all, Combo Devils.
That nigga said, "Oh no, Combo Devil!" Like, damn, bro, you hate Combo Devils so much that thinking about its success makes you go
identical to the experience of playing offline. All in all, Combo Devils is shaping up to be an excellent
damn, bro, what
fusion
you got
of
against
platform
Combo
and
Devils?
2D fighting, with a smart melding of mechanics, fun characters, great online play, flashy and satisfying combos, and an aesthetically pleasing art style. There's clearly a lot of work to be done, but if Punkzilla can polish up what's here and fill out the rest of the game with the same level of quality as what's in this demo, then Combo Devils could very well be a major player in the platform fighting genre.
Yeah. We not saying all of that because don't get me wrong, I would love for somebody to give Nintendo competition. At the core, this idea of this game is meant for enthusiasts. Do not try and hype this game up that's meant for enthusiasts and think it's finna be the savior of platform fighters. No, niggas is playing Brawler and niggas is playing Smash. That's it. Niggas is not finna hop on Combo Devils no matter how good it is. It's a game about comboing people in a platform fighter. To a lot of people, that's like an oxymoron. Like saying, I hate to love niggas, that's why I love to hate niggas. So no, don't throw that on Combo Devil's body. Stop making every game the such and such killer. Let games be themselves. I don't like when any publication does that and they say, oh, this game is the such and such killer. That's why everybody made fun of X Defiant when it shut down and people was praying on its downfall. You gotta let games stand on their own. Like, yes, it's in the same genre and it's competing with Smash, but it should only be competing on their end. On your end, as a reviewer, good, mid, bad, here's why. Don't call this shit the Smash Killer, because I can guarantee you, every fucking time a new platform fighter comes out, we do this. Oh, this about to be the Smash Killer. This about to be the Smash Killer. Oh, you remember everybody called that game that no fucking body plays the Smash Killer? Please use a different headline.
To close out this preview, here's a full match of Jingo versus Shy.
All right, let's watch it. Let's see what the gameplay looking like a little bit.
This lesson's on the house.
What are you
Me
from?
with the skate.
Some sort of karate movie?
Do they all have the same voice lines for each other, or is it unique based on who they know? That's what I want to know. Or is it just everybody has one or two specific lines for one or two specific people? I will say this game does look fluid. The animations don't look choppy, and it look like the movement and gameplay systems are cool. I can't tell if this is online or not, but if this is, yep, this is online. I saw the frames drop right there. Yeah, it dropped like 2-3 times in a row. I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck was that? When y'all watching this on TikTok, it's gonna have to be a trust me bro moment because it's sped up, but the way the frames drop right there, I don't know what the hell smooth online experience he was talking about. That shit is as smooth as an igneous rock. Wait, that's the right one, right? Yeah, as smooth as an igneous rock. I had to Google it just to double back and make sure. Did that nigga just say gun blast? Okay. That parry was nasty. I feel like he could have strung that up air a little bit better. Ooh. I like the hit stop and the animations in this game because the animations in this game are smooth and the online clearly is fucking this over. In terms of the movement, just like the animations, this shit is smooth, beautiful, and it looks coherent. I want to really hone in on the visual design language in terms of response feedback of this game and how beautiful it is. Like, it's clear and concise everything that's happening, in moments that need to be emphasized are clearly emphasized. I would just say the way that this shield button is put right here looks a little bit cluttered, and I feel like it could be larger so that it's easier to glance at, but at least, ooh, that's another thing too. I'm a big believer in everything in a fighting game UI should drain towards the timer. I'm not really a fan of this going towards the timer thing, because that means if I want any visual information about this bar, instead of being able to see how close it is to here, I have to take my eyes from the timer or from the middle of the screen where my characters are fighting, and I have to bring them all the way over here to the side. I don't like that. But everything else UI wise is kind of cool looking. I think we kind of get the point. The shit looks fucking amazing. Rivals is definitely loaded by now. Let's get it. I could delete that off. Fuck it. Might as well watch this too, because I don't want to watch this tomorrow. I know I'm not going to want to watch this tomorrow.
I couldn't care less about your honor as long as you fight for what's right.
God damn, this is about loud.
Then I wouldn't be much of an assassin, Darius.
This is just a trailer for another fucking 2XKL character. I don't care. Nigga, Invincible Versus is coming out. Marvel Token is coming out. Nigga, we don't care. Get that free as fuck slop the fuck out my face. I'm not reading all that map lore.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Oh, there's like a achievement with Hefe. So I'm gonna try and find that too. Cause I know it's by one of the spawn doors. I don't know where all the spawns are at though. Back. I'm gonna have to unlock the payload at some point and let it go through all the spawns. Into the moon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one where I'm on push, where I first off look around spawn and get the Kingpin achievement. Then I'm gonna get the Jeff achievement, run around the map. Then I'm gonna go on the other side and just let the spawns activate themselves. Ah shit, I picked the wrong side. Oh, here's the Jeff statue. Damn, I have to go back to the lobby because I'm gonna get this emote or whatever, but I have to set a bot for when I'm on this side so that I get the fucking, what you call it? But I have to set it so that there's a bot so that it forces the payload to move. I want it to be on the other side. No, swapped over here. Swap me. Okay, now start. To the moon, I'm so soon. I'm so soon.
You'll need a top
Alright, let's see
team to
what
win this one.
Big Kingpin is thinking about.
Never die.
Hey, we got Spidey in the background. Queens niggas swinging all the way over to Lower Manhattan, which I don't know if y'all know, but that shit is not quick. I got a little bit, isn't it? It's not like exactly as long as going to the Bronx, but it's a little bit of distance on that bitch. Oh, Spidey climbed to the top of the building.
I do the
Martial
absolute
law,
best I
more like
can
Martial
every time.
Mathers. Okay, let's see if there's any secrets or anything over here.
Sorry, soldier. All right. If anyone needs me, I'll be in my
Okay, there's just a bunch of books and shit up there.
joke too, you know.
There's just some books and shit over here. Didn't I see a doorway under the steps over here? Am I losing my beans? What the fuck is in here?
Starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, they got Spider-Man hanging down here, bruh. This is apartment, low-key. I just peeped. This is apartment. I know there's something where you gotta speak to Kingpin, and that he's in one of the spawn rooms. If this shit is not loaded too bad, this is giving me a full 60. Where's the... I don't know where the payload is supposed to be at, so I'm gonna just wander around. Oh, I do have to get the payload on this map because of the fucking timer shits. Smile, you're on Chimera. Okay, we got a little coffee shop in here, nothing too crazy. Wait, all these windows and shit are completely breakable, but if you're short, you might be able to finesse in there. I need to figure out what's the destruction gimmick on this map too. So this is supposed to be main. Ah, right. Another convergence map with only 2 doorways. Oh, what the fuck? What does that mean? I got scanned. Yeah, this only has 2 entry points. Right there and right there. Is this the entry point? No. Okay, there's a health pack right there. Can't go over there. There's a lot of fucking space. Oh my god. This is a poke map. This might be a completely poke map, because what the fuck? Look at how much lane you have right there. Like, of course they got a pillar in the middle, but oh my fucking god. Okay, so that's obviously main. You got this sideway right here. Not much right here. Not much right here either. You go up here. Okay, this is where I have to attack. I gotta look up what the gimmick of this map is. Okay, so there's not much going on in here. It's just 2 little cutoff rooms for like brawl and dive, and to make it so that it's not impossible to walk. So what the fuck does this scan shit mean? Okay, so you could come in through here. I'm gonna claim the... Nah, I'm gonna wait till like last second. There's this room over here. There's a health pack in there. Is there a health pack on that side of the map? The health pack for over here is... God damn, there's no health pack over there.
Coming through.
Unless it's all the way through. No, there's no health pack downstairs on that side. You have to run all the way over. The health pack for up here is up here, but there's a good spot for pokes. So a lot of pokers are gonna be right here in this fucking area being annoying dipshits. So, guys, on this map, if Hella's beaming your shit down, come through here. Don't walk through the main doorway. Come through here and go around. Now she can't see you. Beat her ass. Her escape route is probably right here. There's a side room right here with a table and shit. That's the enemy spawn type shit. I'm gonna just check out this area. Ew, a cop car. If Captain America had a button I could press to spit on shit, I would use it to spit on that car. You can't go over here. Okay, you can go down here. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. This map has design cues of an Overwatch map. I don't remember what it's called, but it's an Overwatch map that feels exactly like this. Okay, this map is poke heaven, bro. No, actually, this map is designed for divers. That's why it has multiple exit and entry points. Because a map designed... This map... Pokers benefit on this map because there's a lot of high ground. But this map is designed for divers. Because if you're fucking around and you fuck up your dive... Ooh, here you go. You're going here. I gotta figure out what the fuck this scanning mechanic does. That's the same hot dog scan from Central Park. Alright, let's go claim the shits. Oh no, we gotta claim the point before it's overtime type shit. Ah, everybody fight, fight. Captain America, stop for point. Ah. Let me look at the posters around here though. Metabolic suppression, danger sense, regeneration. Is this soft launching that Qaptain and Lizard is going to be in here? Isotope genome accelerator, a bunch of shit. I don't know what these two are references to. Alright, where the fuck is the payload? Oh, the payload's the cock. Ew, nigga, I gotta be a police escort. Okay, so what the new spawn room looking like? It is pretty basic. But okay, the spawn path is down the middle. Oh, this is a doorway to the outside I was talking about. Do not touch that payload. Speed that bitch up. So, oh, I was about to say, is this a room with no other door? Yeah, this is a dive map. You have so many places you could run away to. Yeah, that map is gonna cross by here. That's like the halfway point. It stops right there. You can't go back there. How do you not get scanned? And what happens when you get scanned? I'm about to Google that. But there's a health pack right there. Bro, there's a diver's heaven, bro. I'm telling you. Okay, we was over here already.
Sorry, soldier.
You jump off the back of this. It's way too much high ground. Way too much. And I'm not saying that as like a critique, saying bad map or nothing. I'm just saying that's what I'm noticing.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Okay, you can jump up here and you can go back here. What the fuck is over here? Another staircase. Never mind, this is a poke oriented map. This is a hard poke map. Oh, so the shit has to get to the security checkpoint. Okay, high ground up here. Look at that, more windows for you to shoot out of. Poker map that divers benefit from. Like, especially this part, this poke galore, bro.
down.
There's nobody stopping a payload, so I could just walk it.
Only 60
Okay,
seconds.
this is when it goes into the raft. This is the enemy spawn. This spawn door 1, but where's spawn door 2? That spawn door 2 doesn't have a third spawn door. No. Wait. Do I die if I go off here? Alright, bro. You telling me this nigga is the American captain, but he can't swim in 2 fucking feet of water? Fuck out of here.
Down to 30 seconds.
Sorry, soldier.
Oh no. They're in the last second push for the payload.
Keep
Blah.
up the momentum.
Okay, that. How do you get up here though? Oh, I've been here before. This shit got the phonograph. Okay.
Sorry, soldier.
Is there? Nope, there's nothing back here. What's over here? Oh my god. This is that's made for divers. That right there is made for divers. But Poke is gonna benefit from this map the most. Oh, those boxes aren't invincible. This is the last enemy spawn. Boom. So, oh my lord. The amount of coverage you have over the payload. Like, where does the payload end at? It ends right here. Holy shit. Holy shit. Hella Hawkeye right here is hell. Because they have right hand advantage like a motherfucker. And if they fuck up and somebody tries to dig in their ass from right here, just use your movement ability. Come right here. Bow. Now you could dig in niggas. Oh my god. This shit is finna be hell against hella. I see why they nerf Poke before they drop this bitch. Dive is gonna have fun on this map with spots like that though. But Jesus Christ, can we get another Kunlun that benefits brawlers, please? Okay, let's see what if they want to give up right hand advantage. If it's later and let's say there's a fight going on over here, they could go over here and still not be able to see shit. Is that okay? That's like the shorthand route if you want to flank their damn spawn. Oh no, we're towards the end of the match. Assemble. Ah! Alright, what's over here? This is just how you get upstairs. Doom, doom, doom. This is how you get up here, but is there a non-jump pad way to get over here? No, there is not. Okay, so I feel like I discovered enough of this map to have like a nice understanding for like gaining map knowledge and learning map secrets and stuff like that.
Victory.
I gotta make sure that this ends up in a rivals folder. 1 second. Oh, look at that. I got the motherfucking MVP, nigga. It's cause I'm like that and your best work is a light pack, brother. I did put it in the rivals playlist. Alright. It was the I was about to say For Honor, then I was about to say Forspoken. It's a debate whether this goes in a reloading folder. Why is it saying one more round? Like it's finna just start it the fuck back up. Right here. No. Add one bot. And add the bot to be like easy. No, not autofill. Cancel. Room sweatings. Cancel. What am I bugging? Yeah, my stupid ass. Add one bot and then change their settings like this. Who's really stupid? Who's stupidly slow but doesn't have a high health bar? Nah, that's too hard. He's too hard to shoot. She has to run. Let me look up a list of the slowest walk speeds and rivals. Slowest walk speeds in Marvel Rivals. Fuck you, AI. We don't trust you. I recently noticed on a website shows each character's movement speed and his for context millimeters per second. Oh, Black Widow does have a really slow walk speed. Oh wait, no, he has one of the higher ones. No, he doesn't. What the fuck is this list? Excuse me. Who has the slowest character in the game? Yeah. I'm in CE and I feel it's C and D. Okay, this is a Facebook question. I thought it was gonna be a graph. Alright. Let's go to Wiki. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, Perplexity. I put the X in the wrong spot, but what? Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Slowest base walk speed appears, and that's shared by most heroes rather than being unique to a character. Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't bugging. Most of them shits just showed a bunch of 6s like we in Toronto. I'm gonna just pick Black Widow. I don't think it's gonna use the run ability. Actually, let me pick Adam Warlock. No. Hella, because she's not gonna walk that fast. Or actually, you know what? Let me see what happens if I put it on Storm. Adjust bots. PQRS. Yeah, my wrist hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to play a platformer, man. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'll be relooted tomorrow. And I don't want to start another game for before Mouse PI. So I'm gonna probably actually, you know what, I'll start Meat Boy. I don't know when I'm gonna get to the Outer Worlds 2, but I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna stream it eventually.
Freedom's an idea that
I'm gonna study some of the map a bit more, but I'm more so gonna look at the spawns. Twitch is still valid. Twitch is still valid.
30 seconds before.
Alright, there's an extra 30 seconds to look at the map. Okay, Kingpin isn't in this spot.
almost everyone knows what's right. Not everyone
Does it? Almost everyone knows what's right.
coming through.
Not everyone does it. Okay, so this is the checkpoint.
The battle starts in 5.
Wait, what's the fastest way to get from spawn to over there? That's what I need to know.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Okay, boom. Bop over here. So the fastest way between point A and B is a straight line.
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage. Sorry, soldier. These
Give
come in
me a
real
healthy. Come on, follow me. Follow me. This nigga's not gonna do nothing. Let me see if getting scanned does something different on this side. You're not even gonna try to follow me? That shit just gonna keep pressing up, huh? Alright, so from this side, I go right here.
Battlefield medicine.
Yo, this map is very submissive and diveable. Damn, I can't go play in traffic. Marvel Rivals. What the fuck is the point of this area? This shit is just for immersion, gang. Why do you have balloons up there?
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Guard the shield convoy. Eee. There's no way to get through there from there, right? Yeah, there isn't. You're not even gonna get on the payload, is she? Stupid ass clanker. Whichever is faster, to die or to go back and spawn. That's what I'm gonna do.
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage.
Yeah, I forgot. This AI can't hit the broadside of a barn. I'm gonna Google it too and see what that shit does. I almost got confused. Don't worry. I'm like that. Your best work is a light pack. Navigator Qaptain. What does it mean to be scanned, bro? That shit is pissing me. That shit is pissing on me, twin. It's pissing on me, twin. Oh, it's pissing on me, twin. Alright, let's get the visuals. 067 T5. They said this shit was only accessible from one of the spawns, so maybe it's the last spawn.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Boom, 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 boom. Just trying to walk around the map, familiarize myself with the map mostly. Also, I'm tired of this fucking song.
They hit a checkpoint. Now
Oh,
might be a
it's
good
just
time
because
to stop
all
them.
this shit playing, you can't hear the beginning. Raw side of a barn. That's how supports be aiming when I need heals and they playing a hit scan healer. He's standing 2 feet in front, 2 inches in front of them niggas' faces. Still don't be getting healed. Ah, here we go. Now I can talk to him.
I've been waiting for you to arrive. I already have guest rooms ready for your stay.
Hey, can we go up here? Yo? Is that the 10 rings or is that the infinity? This shit won't load when I look up. The fuck? What the fuck? Is this supposed to be popping in and out? Pop in and out rivals.
Had your chance to save this city, but I'm the only one fit to lead the people through this crisis.
This nigga prays in the hand.
Don't give them another inch, or else.
I have to be behind him to... I have to be behind him to talk to him?
This won't be the first time that Manhattan's future was secured through a trade. And the tablet is a price I'm more than willing to pay.
Okay.
Well, you can't expect.
So I'll check out more of the voice lines when I'm actually playing through actual matches and shit. Do I want to? Because if I feel like playing some more, I might as well play Rebooted. Like I said, I don't feel like doing that. Because I only stream for like 2 hours. I don't care. Bye, y'all. Peace. Don't forget to eat the booty like a bunny or something like that. Oh yeah, I gotta hit in stream mode.